Well, August 5th may seem like a random Tuesday on the calendar, but take note, a lot changed at midnight because this is 90 days since lawmakers finished their work here in Little Rock. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Rolly Hoyt. Faith's got the week off. New laws took effect today, including some that affect how and where you drive. Tonight, TH311's Brooke Buckner breaks it all down for us.
Whether you're a new driver or an old one like me, we all have some new laws to learn, and a lot of them have to do with road work safety.
It can be fast and it can be dangerous.
That's David Stinnett describing what it's like working on the roads for RDOT.
Our folks are sitting there trying to fix a hole in the road or mow grass or, take care of issues that are safety concerns for the public. And so oftentimes our people are within just a few feet of those people driving by.
And road crews aren't the only ones that deal with it.
Just slow down and move over. That's simple to do.
Tim Moody with J Hook Towing has seen a lot in his years working in the tow truck business. And unfortunately, he says a lot of it isn't good.
Tow truck operators on the side of the highway, we average lose one every 6 days that's killed across America.
That's why Moody says he supports new laws to better protect road crews. Starting now, fines are doubled in mobile work zones, green flashing lights are on all RDOT construction and maintenance vehicles, and there's more information about work zone safety in the Arkansas Driver's Manual and test.
We need to work together as a state and try to make this happen and try to save our lives.
That's where Robert Bennett comes in. He teaches our newest drivers at Thompson Driving School.
They're going to expand this section to include statistics, penalties for speeding and other violations when workers are present, and they're also going to include some worker testimonials, which will really help the student understand the significance of slowing down in the construction zone.
And the lesson starts now.
Today, as a matter of fact, will be the day that we talk about construction zones for the kids, so I'm excited to kind of pass this information along.
In Little Rock, Brooke Buckner, THV 11 News.
All right, Brooke, thanks. We've got a list of all the new laws that went into effect this week right now on TH311.com. And coming up in just a little bit, we're going to get a closer look at a major change coming to the school year thanks to the Bell to Bell No Cell Act. So stick with us for that.
Well, when we last left you at 5 o'clock, there was an accident I-630 eastbound, and now it looks as if this area is beginning to flow more normally. That accident being cleared up. Here's what it looks like on live traffic this afternoon for those of you expecting a loved one. There it is right there. It is beginning to ramp up, but another slow spot here, I-30 to I-40, traffic moving along at about 34. So those are your trouble spots. Green is good, yellows and reds not so much. All right, let's go back to weather and find out. It was another hot one today, at least not as hot as it could be. We had a few spotty showers out there, and they continue primarily over the eastern part of the state, some of those eastern counties with a pop-up shower. Our temperatures were a couple of degrees warmer today than they were yesterday. Little Rock made it to 91. We're currently down to 90. It's 88 in Mena. When you splash in what little humidity we have, heat index values are pretty much all upper 80s, low to mid 90s. Hour by hour tonight, we'll see our numbers slide on back into the upper 60s and low 70s once again under mainly clear skies. In just a few minutes, we'll take a look ahead, even give you a preview of your weekend.
All right, Tom, thank you. A federal judge has blocked an Arkansas law that mandates the display of the 10 Commandments in classrooms across the state. The ruling comes after a lawsuit by parents in 4 school districts over Act 573. The law signed earlier this year says the 10 Commandments must be displayed in schools and other public buildings. The president of one of the groups representing those parents in the lawsuit says taking the case was an easy call.
This type of case is a no-brainer for Americans United. It's moments like this that we were made for, to defend Arkansas families' religious freedom.
But the judge's ruling only applies to the school districts involved in the lawsuit, and so a group of spiritual leaders in Pine Bluff showed up to drop off posters in buildings in that district this morning.
I believe that every person in this country has a right to their own opinion. I believe in following the law, and what our district policy is. It's the law, so we're going to follow the law.
The ACLU says they're prepared to sue other districts who go forward with posting the displays if parents come forward. And Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders has said that the state will appeal the judge's decision. We're getting a better idea of how the no cell phone policy is going to shape the school year for some students. Governor Sanders pushing that legislation that bans cell phones in every public school during the day, with a few exceptions. It's part of the growing push to keep young people from developing mental health and other issues from their constant use of their devices. In places where the policy has already begun, staff have noted a positive shift.
Last year we saw a great improvement, and prior to that we had polled our parents and staff and students, and actually there was strong support for more cell phone restrictions in the classroom. Just do anything to keep the classroom setting uninterrupted, whatever it might be, for it's a device, whatever it might, just something so we can stay in focus.
After a pilot program last year, the State Department of Education will monitor how the law unfolds this year. 10 death row inmates have sued the state's new law that changes the method of execution in Arkansas. The lawsuit filed in Pulaski County Circuit Court today targets Act 302, which adds nitrogen gas to ways prison officials can carry out executions alongside lethal injections. According to their lawyers, the new law gives prison officials unchecked power and calls nitrogen gas executions inhumane and untested. Representative Jeff Wardlaw, though, who sponsored the bill that allowed nitrogen hypoxia, said in a statement that he is defending the law and says the death penalty is never an easy decision, but he, quote, hopes it wasn't easy when those prisoners took the lives of their victims, close quote. An hours-long standoff in Ouachita County resulted in a man taken into custody overnight. State police say Daniel Owens barricaded himself inside a home for 12 hours after a fight with family. Troopers say Owens fired several rounds at law enforcement, who then returned fire. No one was hurt. Owens taken into custody with what are described as non-life-threatening injuries. Democratic lawmakers in Texas are ignoring arrest threats while trying to stall a Republican-led redistricting plan there. Erica Brown reports on that, along with the latest pressure coming on the White House amid the Jeffrey Epstein investigation.
Sir, why are you on the roof? President Trump hinted at more construction projects at the White House Tuesday as he joined an architect on the roof of the building.
Just another way to spend my money for the country.
Earlier, the president weighed in on Texas Democrats fleeing the state to block a vote on a new congressional map he's pushing that would give Republicans an advantage in 5 more districts.
I won Texas. I got the highest vote in the history of Texas, as you probably know, and we are entitled to 5 more seats.
Speaking in Illinois, where many of the state lawmakers fled, Texas Democrats say they'll remain out of state until the special session ends, despite facing civil arrest warrants.
We're defending the rights of all Americans to value their vote.
The standoff could have national implications ahead of next year's midterm elections, with Democratic leaders threatening to retaliate with redistricting plans of their own.
This is a new Democratic Party. We're bringing a knife to a knife fight, and we are going to fight fire with fire.
The Trump administration is also facing new pressure today from Republican lawmakers looking into the Justice Department's investigation into convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The House Oversight Committee subpoenaed the Justice Department for records related to the case. It is also seeking depositions from former President Bill Clinton, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and 8 former top law enforcement officials. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
Well, it's the driest time of the year when we begin to see those burn bans and wildfire danger go back up. There are some counties under a moderate risk of wildfire danger, primarily over southeast and southern Arkansas. Need some rain. Is it in your forecast? I'll have that answer for you coming up next.